Alright, boom.
After almost an hour of waiting, detectives moved in
Alright,
and
boom.
peppered
Hello,
him
everybody.
with questions.
Welcome back to the
At
Flip
first, the
Dodge Show.
detective started out like they was trying to get information and asking about our relationship. And then when I started answering the questions and telling them,
It's
then
your
they
host of
started
the
getting
most
a
King
little,
Truth, Husband Bird, Benny
a little
Ball, and Walk the
invasive.
Word, and Walk the Flow. I'm looking at you right now, 950. It's gonna be Jim Jones from South to Billy's. I want Adam22 when he was in New York City the last time. He talks about it with 6 9 in the interview. This video breaks it down a little bit. 2 clips with me out
When
real
they
quick.
asked me about the house, they told me how ramshacked it was. I couldn't remember none of that. I think once I saw her, everything else just
Appreciate every like and
shut
comment,
down.
share, and subscribe, and hit the notification
Even
bell
if they
so I
was
know
trying
y'all
to
there
come
so I
off
can
me like
throw this person in the
crazy
air.
and stuff,
Follow
I
me
just
on
still
Kick,
was
follow me on
answering
Twitch,
questions
follow me
because I
on
wanted to
IG,
do
Michael says he was visiting
follow me
a
on
friend
Discord.
the night of Janelle's murder.
Hype
Then
the
later
video.
that night,
Let me know what you want to see
went to
next
his
in the Discord,
girlfriend's
man.
house.
We here.
Michael agrees to give a DNA sample and then leaves police headquarters to be with grieving family and friends.
Well known. The internet celebrity claims Jim Jones's problems with Adam22 and his No Jumper podcast are well known. The internet celebrity claims that when he visited his hometown of New York City, he even sent him a clear message. In a recent podcast episode, Adam discussed the incident and made it clear that he didn't value the purported intimidation strategy.
So I never planned on even saying this on camera, but when I was in New York most recently, I went to the Bronx and filmed this vlog with like a bunch of Bloods shooting a music video up in the Bronx, right? Everybody got the red rags on. It's like Gummo Part 2. And the next day, Jim Jones has like some random dudes like waiting outside my hotel and shit. And one of them like came over and took a picture with me, acting like a fan. But like everybody I was with peeped the energy that like we could tell that this wasn't that. And then like, I don't know, like they didn't do anything, but it was like Jim Jones still being on his like weird intimidation program of trying to, he really like wanted to let me know like you can't come out here and hang out with a bunch of Bloods in the Bronx without like getting permission from me. Because I had been trying to interview him on that trip, but it was right after the Rolling 60s Rico. So even though it don't make any sense, he's like, oh, like no jumpers the feds, no jumpers the feds, because Brick Baby got caught up on this Rico, even though he didn't get charged for anything that has to do with no jumper.
Yeah, but you did it, right?
Did what?
Like you filmed with the Bloods.
Yeah, we went and did the whole video. It was whatever. It was fine. All good vibes. Everybody was cool.
So what message did he send you?
But Jim Jones has issues with more than just Adam22. Max B, who was just released from prison a few days ago after spending 16 years, has also not gotten along with him in the past. He wasted little time in returning to the world for a good time, and social media followers were delighted to see videos of him re-establishing relationships with friends and family. The Harlem rapper stopped by the People Gallery on Instagram for a quick fit check and brief interview before heading directly to the New York Jets versus Cleveland Browns game at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey today.
Hey.
What's good, beloved? Max Biggervale.
What's your name? Where you from?
Max Biggervale, New York, New York.
Yes, sir.
Fresh out the can.
Damn.
Off of 18 stretch.
Damn.
They gave me 7 and 5, but I'm back.
Yes, sir. You're back. And then describe your fit for us right quick.
Oh, man, it's Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
That's the choke. All the way down to the sleeves. To the fanny pack. I'm here.
Okay. We see. How you feel being home, man? How you feel? How you feeling?
I feel righteous.
Damn.
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
I know what it is. I'm grateful.
Okay.
I'm thankful.
Love that.
It's good.
Okay, Max, you give anybody a styling tip? What would it be?
Listen, man, just be yourself. Get what you can afford. Get what you can afford. Be yourself and wear what you wear. If it look good on you, own it.
Okay.
Right?
We love that.
Yeah.
When you build your fits, what you start with?
Listen, man, I start with the drawers. I need Egyptian cotton. I got polo Egyptian cotton on up under here.
He celebrated the reduction of his initial 75-year sentence on several conspiracy, murder, and assault counts while rocking Louis Vuitton all the way down. For those who don't know, Max's release date was scheduled for today after he entered a guilty plea in 2016 that overturned his convictions. Max B, meanwhile, wants to put an end to some hip-hop rivalry. He had expressed his desire to resolve his differences with Jim Jones, a fellow Harlem spitter, over the phone while incarcerated. In an open discussion about prior disputes, Jim Jones shared his opinions on making amends with Max B. Jim's podcast, Let's Rap About It, which is co-hosted by Dave East, Mino and Fabulous recently featured an episode in which Mino discussed how YFN Lucci and Young Thug ended their feud. He then questioned Jones if the Harlem rapper could get past his concerns with Max. Jones claimed that he is a petty guy and that he hasn't moved on from Max's past arguments.
Max B coming home. Where we at with that? Are you able to get past that?
No. Now we can pass now. We can get past that now. You want to get past it? Or you want to dive more into it? Or you want me to tweak it?
I want you to pass it at some point.
You want me to crash out?
I definitely don't want you to crash out because I don't want to crash out. Now, what I want for myself, I want for my brother.
I appreciate it. I could tell you this. I may forgive, I don't forget. Even if I forgive, I'm not here to make anybody feel comfortable.
No forget.
Petty odd night, bro. I'm petty.
Jones ended his thoughts on Max B by clarifying that he's focused on his life and success rather than revisiting conflicts. Max B has taken a different approach. In a July interview with Drink Champs, Max, who is scheduled to release from prison on November 9th, revealed that he has forgiven Jones and is ready to move forward.
Before bro even get on one of these on my new type of staff, like you gotta be around me. You gotta let me coach you. You can't just think you can come jump on my shit. It's too complicated. You're not gonna sound like nothing. I'm gonna kill you on this shit. So you might hear a bunch of if some shit like that happen, then press a button, them shit to be flying around the world, then start cutting niggas verses up. You ain't gonna end up with my hook in my verse. That's how that shit gonna go. It's gonna be lopsided. So if me and Jim go on the stew, we gotta go on the stew and we gotta rebuild. It gotta be like because when we first did our shit, there was a chemistry there. You know what I'm saying? He needed a spark. Jim nice. He just needed his spark. He needed like some little inspiration. He one of them guys like he's not gonna create all the joints from the top, but he had some shit he created. But he needed that point man in there. So when he had me and Stack Bundles in there, my nigga, it was records. There was no record that couldn't be done. You got me in there. I'm in that shit till 6, 7 in the morning, loading up new beats and throwing it from scratch and throwing hooks on them shit, getting everybody loopy. We doing 4 or 5 of them joints a night consistently for like 2 years straight.
Calling in from Northern State Prison in New Jersey, Max explained that his time behind bars changed his perspective on their feud. The two rappers first began feuding in 2008 after Max left Jones's Bird Gang label due to financial disputes. Things then escalated into a full-blown conflict, with insults and diss songs flying back and forth. Pooh Shiesty's release from prison this month due to gun charges sparked some controversy, but many people welcomed him back to the rap scene. Whack 100 implied that he might have snitched to receive a lighter sentence after conducting additional research on the case and obtaining some purported documentation. Bradford Cohen, the rapper's attorney, posted a video response to this clip on Instagram after it went viral.
All right, let's talk morons. Whack 100. I can see where he gets his name. Because he is whack. The allegation that Pooh gave up information in this case is so idiotic. Even when he's reading it, DJ Academics is saying what a moron he is. It is next level how stupid he is. Now, if we're saying he's just doing it for clout, if we're saying he's just doing it for views, I would think, okay, that's an excuse. But it really isn't. I really do think he's very stupid. So, long story short is, Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams gave up no one, absolutely no one. We never cooperated with the government whatsoever. The paperwork that he's reading is that our defense was that we blamed the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun. And through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit. And that's why instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years for a shooting case. Not because of any kind of, he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit. What was cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Sam Zegane. I don't want to forget Sam. See my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend Sam because Sam assisted his buddy because there was no one to flip on. They said Pooh was the shooter. They said one of the other guys was the shooter. None of them flipped on anybody. We all went ahead with it. We took the plea, which I wanted to go to trial. I thought it was a good trial as well, but we took the plea, and the judge ended up giving us just under 5 years. And with good behavior and an RDAP program, he got out in about 3 and change. So WAC 100, just to recap, WAC 100 is a moron. And what he is reading is as stupid as it sounds. That is all for now.
He attacked WAC's assertions and gave an explanation for why, in his opinion, they did not assist the police as some people have presumed.
So what? You trying to say that Big Bird ain't solid? What?
No, what I'm saying is all day today, I've been down there. Me and R&B had a meet down there with this company called Echo, which is going to be some crazy shit. I got to plug you into that. But, and throughout the day, as you see, look, you see what they've been sending me. The exposure's been at work. I don't know what triggered them, but you look, they start, bro, look. They sending the paperwork. You see what they saying? You gonna read what they saying? They sent it in attachments, PDF. I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Why?
But come tomorrow.
He gotta be solid. He the only nigga who shot a nigga over a pair of Jordans and shot a security guard because he keep his own fire in the club and he came back. He came back no tell.
Y'all just heard this clown. Oh, I take it back. I can't call him that. I had to put the shiesty on. I think it fit the occasion. Say that they never cooperated with the government. They never cooperated with the government. The victims say we ain't had no guns, but Pooh and you proved they did have guns. And because of the information you gave on them to prove they had guns is the reason Pooh didn't get 10 years and got under 5. And you say you didn't cooperate, and you calling me a moron. You gave up the victims that had the guns. The victims said they didn't have guns. What do you mean? You proved they did. You and Pooh proved they did. Were you there, Brad? If you weren't there, you couldn't tell the DA what the hell they had. So where did the information come from? What do you mean? You just said, Brad, because you guys told the DA the victims had guns, when the victims is saying they didn't have guns, is the reason why he didn't get 10 years and he got over 5. When you cooperate, you get less time. Who's shiesty? I'm representing. Oh, nigga, I'm representing. Ain't nobody ever saw whack with the shiesty.
So do you believe that Jim Jones is working with the feds and that's why he never got in trouble for those phone calls? Or do you think those phone calls are just not incriminating enough?
You could sit there and be naive, right? If you like, yo, homie got to get violated, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody get arrested, and they use those wiretaps in the trial.
Yeah.
So if you're using wiretaps that were in the trial to convict 9 Trey members, why are you not arrested with us? You're 9 Trey. All you rep is pulling with the bees and all this and entree, and you rep all of that. People that don't like me, I'm like, nigga, what? It's clear as day. You're on a wiretap. Everyone gets arrested but you. Like, what? You just want to be stupid and not be like, oh, shit. You right? But remember, people are fighting like, if we agree with him, he's right. But if we disagree with him, we're like, no, but, no, but, no, but, you know, you're just fighting it. It's clear as day.
I mean, I've had a lot of other people like Whack suggest that he doesn't see why Jim was never facing charges.
Do you know John Gotti?
I'm aware of him.
John Gotti had a wiretap to kill Sammy the Bull.
Right.
John Gotti and the person he was on the phone with to kill Sammy the Bull were indicted because of that wiretap.
Yeah. Saying super violate him, it feels like it would be hard to make the case that means kill him in court, though, right?
All right, fine. So why did Shotty and Mel get arrested for that?
I mean, then they have a bunch of other shit on them.
They were being investigated since 2013. Who was Jim Jones' enforcer since 2009, 8?
Right.
Who?
Mel? Yeah.
Like, am I making this up? Like, are you just guessing names? So my thing is, if you've been a 9 Trey member since 2009, I don't meet these 9 Trey members since till late 2017.
Right.
Why are you arrested?
Yeah.
It's bro. I'm just stating facts. Like, I don't know how is you have to not want to believe the truth. Like, if your mom is trying to tell you, yo, Santa's not real, Santa Claus is not real, and you're just so in denial that you don't want to hear it, you're just gonna make up every excuse. There's no point. You know what I mean?
So I never planned on even saying this on camera, but when I was in New York most recently, I went to the Bronx and filmed this vlog with like a bunch of Bloods shooting a music video up in the Bronx, right? Everybody got the red rags on. It's like Gummo Part 2. And the next day, Jim Jones has like some random dudes like waiting outside my hotel and shit. And one of them like came over and took a picture with me, acting like a fan. But like everybody I was with peeped the energy that like we could tell that this wasn't that. And then like, I don't know, like they didn't do anything, but it was like Jim Jones still being on his like weird intimidation program of trying to, he really like wanted to let me know, like, you can't come out here and hang out with a bunch of Bloods in the Bronx without like getting permission from me. Cause I had been trying to interview him on that trip, but it was right after the Rolling 60s Rico. So even though it don't make any sense, he's like, oh, like no jumpers the feds, no jumpers the feds, because Brick Baby got caught up on this Rico, even though he didn't get charged for anything that has to do with no jumper.
Yeah, but you did it, right?
Did what?
Like you filmed with the Bloods.
Yeah, we went and did the whole video. It was whatever. It was fine. All good vibes. Everybody was cool.
So what message did he send you?
He didn't message me, but he was talking to somebody that I was with, acting crazy as just acting like he was gonna get me hurt or whatever. And these dudes are waiting outside my hotel.
Yo, can you Google real quick, Don? How old is Jim Jones?
He's probably a solid 50, right? I seen a meme today.
But that's not embarrassing. Like, you're 50, 49, 50. Let's say guess. Take guess.
Whoever got the closest number wins $20.
I'm gonna say 50 on the dot. Mafi says 49.
I'm gonna say 40. I'm gonna say 48.
49. Which, for the record, legend. One of my favorite rappers from when I was young. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff in the light looks a little silly coming from him.
Yeah, you're 49 years old talking about blood shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, bro, you have white hairs on your beard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just embarrassing. You know what I mean?
But you think there's a time limit on that shit, or like a time where you should just kind of pivot out of that? Become a different person?
I don't know. What would you do?
I would hope that I would be a little bit, more aligned with where my age was at
That's
that
your
point.
answer, bro. Like, he's 49 gang banging. Academics is my boy. They tell academics all the time, nigga, start a family. Like, if academics gotta start a family at 30, nigga, stop gang banging at 50, nigga. Like, you know what I mean?
But do you think that about yourself? Like, there's gonna be a time where you gotta just put a suit on?
Yeah, of course. Well, dress your age, you know what I mean? Like, you can still do other shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, party hard, but do it in a suit, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dress your age.
I mean, we would think of Charlie Kirk differently.
He's 40.
If Charlie Kirk was wearing a hoodie and cut off jean shorts, nobody would be as likely to have taken him seriously as an intellectual or as a political figure, like you're really telling the world something about yourself by rocking the suit, even though for me it sounds horrible. I'd rather wear some sweats.
You know what hurt Jim Jones' ego? That versus with Dipset versus the Locks.
Yeah.
When Jadakiss got on the mic and said, none of these niggas live in Miami. These niggas live in Miami. I'm on the block. Ever since that versus, and look it up, Jim Jones moved back to New York and started, I'm on the block like now. Like, you know what I mean? That versus, what's his name? Jadakiss exposed these niggas. Like, these niggas live in Miami. Like, I'm on the block still. Like, you know what I mean? Which at the end of the day, it's 2025. That happened 2020, 2021. You know what I mean? These niggas is old, bro. Like, why are we even like?
Nah, definitely.
You know?
Shout out to Everything 420. It's like the Amazon for everything that you need to get lifted. Whatever your vibe is, their app makes it super easy for you to shop for your next sesh. Shipping is fast, the packaging is super low key, and they're always running deals. Tap into the app and use code NOJUMPER to get a little something off. Shout out to Everything 420.
What's your thought on like the underground or the overall state of like, you know, SoundCloud rap, quote unquote? How you feel about where that shit is at now?
The guys that never fell off and the guys who run shit, Suicide Boys.
Yeah, they
remember Fat Nick and Pooya. Shout out to them. They like didn't keep their momentum. Suicide Boys 2025 all the way from 2014 are still Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
But remember, they have the 3 6 Mafia sound too.
They got sued by 3 6 Mafia a bunch of times.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. After like working with them on production and everything, and then 3 6 Mafia
because
still sued them.
Shout out to Suicide Boys, but that's definitely a 3 6 Mafia sound. You know what I mean?
Can you listen to that? You interested in listening to Suicide Boys at all, or is it?
Yeah, no, I did. Like when I had that. Remember what was this other guy? Ether Wolf. What was his name?
Xavier Wolf.
Xavier
Wolf was
Wolf.
his original.
Yeah.
Because that's the first rapper I ever interviewed.
Fire. But all them guys stole 3 6 Mafia sound.
He's actually from.
Memphis. Shout out to Denzel Curry. Like, you know what I mean?
You ever
like,
see him?
I never seen him in person, but big fan of Denzel. Zealous Kami's idol was Denzel Curry.
Really? So does that make you happy when you see him getting a case or allegations at least that are like?
Nah, because P is my, and I know that, you know, like I said, it's a topic that, you know, is not really too, you know, I don't like anybody's downfall, you know what I mean? But if I could make fun of him, I would, but the respect I have for P, I wouldn't. I'm not.
So everything you've been through has kind of forced you to grow to the point where you can't necessarily just embrace that shit like the way that you might have previously?
Yeah.
I feel that.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm an old head now, like an OG, like I ain't touching that. But I want to respect Righteous Pete. You know what I mean?
But once you've been through the craziest shit, it makes it a little hard to take pleasure in other people going through it. Right?
I laughed the hardest when Zella Kami told that underage girl she has the best tits in the game. That was hilarious.
I must not have watched that video. Damn, really? That's a
It's not a video. It's a DM.
No, I know, but like, I'm sure that
That's how I know he watched the video because he was like, I didn't watch that video, nigga. You watched that shit.
I got recommended all those YouTube channels that are telling the sad story of this SoundCloud rapper.
Steve que suban. ¿Ella está subiendo? Yeah, I told Steve come up.
Oh yeah, for sure. So all right, this is like one argument that me and Wack always get into is that Wack always says that after you got out of the feds and put out the Nicki record and all that shit, that you actually got bigger than you were before that. And I always say that's bullshit, and that actually around the height before you got locked up, you were bigger than that period. What would you say?
I don't know. I mean, the numbers add up the same to me. Gooba is no features is at 800 million, right? I'm not bugging, Don. 800 million, 900 million. And, you know, I have Fifi and Bebe that's at 1.4 billion and 1.2 billion. So, you know, I went number one. I never had a number one before jail. I had a number one post jail, like after telling, snitching, whatever. And I dominated in both markets. Like my post prison, I dominated more in Latin and English at the same time.
So that Latin opportunity is just right there for you at all times, but you don't spend that much time out there touring and doing all the things that you probably could do. Would you say that your heart is not really in that kind of music the same way it's in rap?
Exactly. Because with the Spanish, I'm Latin, so I want to like dominate in both. But like, you know, there's people that's born into this shit that literally grow up and rapping in Spanish, like singing in Spanish. I just use it as a hobby, you know what I mean? Which I respect the thing, but it's just like, you know, I'm born in New York, born and raised in New York. The only reason I speak Spanish is because my mom doesn't know English.
If you were purely just about benefiting yourself, you probably would leave rap alone and just do the Latin shit and just try to be as big as possible in that shit.
Nah.
But it keeps drawing you back to the rap side of things? No?
I just do it for fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be an infinite supply of chicks that you want to pipe in these foreign lands as well.
Nigga, I'll pipe anything.
But I know your type.
What's your type? What's your type?
Probably not that different than you.
Latinos?
Latin with a BBL and looking like they work at Starlets.
Nigga said, I like this guy.
Nah, I know your type, and I always thought that was funny, like, because I wasn't in on the information with you because we weren't cool at the time. But when people would tell me, like, yo,
no,
6ix9ine in every strip club in Brooklyn and Queens, every bad stripper.
Yeah, but my thing is like, it's not.
Sorry, I don't want to suck your game for whoever this is.
It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. No, it's not that we're not. It's not that we weren't like cool. It's just nigga, you will badmouth me like every chance you get.
But I feel like during like the Gummo era, during this era, I was actually just showing you love and just because I fucked with the music so much. And I actually, you know, you read like a million comments and every once in a while there's a comment that just sticks with you and you remember it. Me and Lush were on the podcast talking about how much we were listening to you in 2018 and how that was just the sound of the streets at that time. And it's people commenting saying like, yo, like, that's how I know you a bitch. It's because you're acting like 6ix9ine was the hottest shit out at that time. And I'm like, I mean, maybe you weren't outside. Maybe you were in some different state where they weren't playing that shit. But during that era, I was unapologetically listening to your shit, even though I knew you didn't like me. Now, I started hating once you got the Fed case.
No, I know.
Then we're going to jump on this. Okay.
No, I know. I was just like, yo, like, damn, like, you don't ever see that the people you interview make no sense. Like you didn't see like the Billy Otto shit. You don't see that he's mentally unstable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, like, no, he's like mentally unstable. Like, you see, you can have a conversation with me and be like, all right, I know this kid is thinking, you know what I mean? And he's not just, he'll say some stupid shit, but it makes sense. Billy Otto, you would interview him and it's like, all right, did you finish school? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what to ask him. Like,
but think about somebody like Billy at the state he's in.
Like, he literally has the same chain niggas gave him like 8 years ago.
Many
like,
such cases. But all I'm saying is that like there's a lot of like somebody like Billy, like he's lucky enough to have been involved with something that's so big that somebody like me is still down to have a conversation with him. So he knows he's got to talk about this shit. Because otherwise, what? He's just kind of a regular guy from Brooklyn.
It doesn't like ring bells to you that he never got arrested in our case?
I just assumed he wasn't shooting shit up.
I remember the fucking...
He was the one holding the gun in.
Yeah.
Oh, in the Gummo video. Wow. Okay. Well, you think he's telling?
No, I'm just saying it's just not like I don't know if it rings a bell to you. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I didn't think about it that deep, but shut up, Billy Otto. Yo, but okay, this is like strategy wise, like we had so many conversations about like what you should do or should have done after you got out the feds, right? And like it felt like from my perspective, I was almost certain that you were gonna do some different shit. I thought maybe you would do some rock shit. The Latin shit you did do, right? But in my mind, you almost kind of like went backwards a little bit because I feel like at that point, people didn't really want to see you doing gangster shit, but now you're doing like increasingly gangster shit. Now you're in Chicago and you're trashing King Von after he dies and doing the slide for Von thing. Well, before he died? Okay, yeah. Well, no, why would you slide for him before he was dead?
No, slide for Von came after he died, but when I went to Chicago,
the original O Block moment.
He was still alive.
Yes. I just
If I'm
felt
not
like
mistaken. Yeah, hell yeah, he was still alive.
But then you go to the feds, he gets
Remember,
killed while you're
'cause
locked up, and then you get out.
I was skinny when I posted the picture with me laying on the floor with the all white on.
Yeah.
But
Well,
when I was fat, I went to O Block and laid flowers down because after he said something.
Right. I mean,
I think I laid them shits down for Newski. It was Newski, right?
So how did you get to know C. Gotti, who's the one that brought you to O Block, right?
Yeah, that was Rondo number 9's girlfriend.
Right. And so
but I didn't know her.
She
I
brought
knew
you there?
Cuban Doe. Cuban Doe was friends with C. Gotti.
And she's the one who kind of told you what to do in terms of
No.
going there? I mean, going there is not
No,
really...
she didn't say nothing.
You go there 4 a.m.
Yeah, we
nobody's
just go
outside,
there,
it's whatever, right? But
yeah, she wasn't. She was just a Rondo number 9's girlfriend, and you know, I was like I said, I was a big fan of Rondo number 9.
yeah.
But yeah,
How was that Cuban doll pussy?
I ain't gonna lie, it was good.
I believe you. But remember
hit
when she
that?
walked out on me? No.
Oh, that she did walk out on you. Why?
Because I was trying to ask her about Tato whooping her ass and her with you and all this type of shit. I'm trying to kind of ask about it, and she starts kind of like giving me like no answer and shit.
Got hit with the Chris Breezy.
So I start to be like, because he had already made that song, which I heard you say that song was hot, which that song was hot.
It was hot.
It never went anywhere.
And it
which
went
was always kind of weird.
Shout out to Everything 420. It's like the Amazon for everything that you need to get lifted. Whatever your vibe is, their app makes it super easy for you to shop for your next sesh. Shipping is fast, the packaging is super low key, and they're always running deals. Tap into the app and use code NOJUMPER to get a little something off. Shout out to Everything 420.
So from a money perspective, you stopped seeing rapping as being a good use of your time?
I just didn't give a fuck about it. I didn't give. You know what I mean? Like I just said, you know, I'm just gonna just live a normal life.
But from my outside perspective, you living a normal life kind of seems like you drinking a lot and maybe indulging in the Hispanic women more than you probably should be.
Because unfortunately, it appeared that there was a struggle. It appeared that, you know, it was pretty violent. And that somebody that obviously may have known her or acquainted, I would gather that it was going to be an interesting case.
Happy, and next time you come around, hanging out the blood in New York. He said
there's just an overwhelming amount of evidence that was collected.
This is what Ruth's bedroom looked like after police combed the scene. Each marker you see here is a specific piece of evidence, like blood smears on the floor, latent prints, and even a shoe print at the bottom right corner of this photo. They say they believe someone Wendy knew came to her house. She let them in, and there was a violent struggle.
Nah,
Who knows? I don't know where you're putting up your nose when the feds break in and find this plate of coke and meth or whatever, which I assume that's for the hose.
Picking up things that she was rolling on. She was known by people in the equestrian world in our community. And it started
He
obviously
basically
going
told
into
6
a
9
lifeless
he did the
statement.
video.
And there's family and loved ones and friends that care to know what
That
happened.
James finally pulled up
And our
on him,
job is to
them
find
at the
out who's to
hotel
be
room,
held
took a
responsible.
picture
I
with him.
was angry because I wasn't there.
He said the vibe was up.
Be there for her. And it just, you know, it was brutal.
And now, as the investigation continues, authorities,
Yeah,
family, and
get
friends
you, man.
want to
But
know who killed
so
Wendy
damn.
Bryant and why.
We're
From
gonna
what
go
I
to the
know,
next one,
there's
man.
no reason
Appreciate
anybody
you
would
tuning
ever,
in, like and comment,
ever
and
contact
subscribe,
her
and
or
hit the
even
notification bell.
Investigators say she'd been seen on her ranch property during the day. She made a phone call at some point in the evening and went to dinner with someone that Sunday night, but they don't know who. Catherine Carlson and Wendy Brandt were best friends. She was very happy, very fun-loving, very